So, Clooney and Pitt back together again, directed by the guy behind Spider-Man. I gotta ask, is Wolf's worth your time?
Well, the reviews are kind of everywhere on this one.
Yeah, seems like we've got ourselves a real head-scratcher, huh?
Definitely. And those are always fun to dig into.
That they are. So, for those who haven't had a chance to dive into all the buzz yet, what's Wolf's all about?
All right, picture this. We've got these two high-powered fixers.
Fixers. Okay, you're gonna have to elaborate on that.
Right, so imagine the kind of guys you call when you need a problem to disappear. And I'm talking big problems, the kind that money can actually solve.
So we're talking like serious Hollywood power players here.
Exactly. And these two, they're the best in the business, but get this, they get hired for the same job.
Oh, so that's where the conflict comes in.
You got it. But here's the twist. They're hired by opposing sides of the same messy situation.
Talk about awkward.
Tell me about it, but that's not even the best part.
Okay, you're killing me. What else is there?
Clooney and Pitt, they're playing these fixers, and the reviews are saying their chemistry is on another level.
Which, knowing them, could mean a whole lot of things.
Right, like, are they playing it cool? Are they at each other's throats? It's Clooney and Pitt, so you know it's going to be good, whatever it is.
You've got a point there. Okay, so we've got these two going head to head, but what about the story itself? What's the backdrop for all this fixer drama?
From what I'm gathering, the plot gets pretty complex, lots of twists and turns. Some reviewers even said it felt a bit too convoluted.
Ah, so maybe trying to be a little too clever.
Maybe so. But then again, that could be part of the fun, right? Depends what you're looking for.
True enough. So, we've got the Clooney-Pitt reunion. Always a win, but maybe a plot that needs a flowchart. Anything else we should know before we dive into the specifics?
One more thing, and this detail, well, it's been sticking with me. Apparently, they never refer to Clooney and Pitt's characters by name.
Wait, really? Like, at all?
Nope. Not once, apparently.
Okay, now that's interesting. I mean, it's not totally unheard of, but it's definitely a choice.
Right. Makes you wonder if it's just stylistic or if there's something more to it. Guess we'll have to unpack that one.
So it's a choice, but is it a choice that works? What are the critics saying about that little detail?
It's interesting. Most of them seem to just mention it in passing, like it's this curiosity. Not everyone's digging into the why behind it.
Which honestly just makes me more curious. But unnamed characters aside, what about the overall vibe? Is it a tense thriller, a laugh-out-loud comedy? What are we working with here?
Well, one reviewer put it this way. Imagine you're flipping through channels on a Sunday afternoon and you stumble on a movie that's already halfway through.
Okay, I'm with you.
You don't want to change the channel because, hey, it's Clooney and Pitt and whatever's happening looks kind of fun, but it's not exactly Citizen Kane either, you know?
So more of a popcorn flick than an award winner.
Yeah, exactly. Like enjoyable, definitely entertaining, but maybe not going to stick with you for weeks after you've seen it.
Got it. So not high art, but hey, sometimes that's exactly what you're in the mood for.
Yeah.
What about Austin Abrams? We talked about him being that audience surrogate, someone who's seeing this world through fresh eyes. How does that play out on screen?
There's this one scene, it's quick, but it's telling. Abrams' character, he's watching Clooney and Pitt go at it. You know, that whole back and forth. They do so well.
I can only imagine.
And he just comes out and asks them, are you guys, like, a thing? For real? Which, I mean, we've all wondered that at some point.
100%. Like, the movie's not even trying to be subtle about it.
Nope. And it's great. It's like they're winking at the audience, acknowledging the elephant in the room or the Clooney and Pitt in the room, I guess you could say.
I love it. Okay, so we've got a pretty good picture of what Wolf's is shaping up to be. But for those of us still on the fence, what's the final verdict? Should we stream it or skip it?
Honestly, I think it comes down to what you're looking for. If you're craving those Oscar bait performances, a plot that keeps you guessing until the very end, maybe skip this one, but...
There's always a but.
Right. But if you just want a fun, escapist ride with two of Hollywood's most charming leading men, Wolf's might be just the ticket, especially if you're a fan of their previous work together. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to mention. I'm surprised it hasn't gotten more attention in the reviews. Frances McDormand is in it.
No way. Okay, that alone might be worth the price of admission. She's incredible. What kind of role does she have?
Details are a little thin on that front, but knowing her, she could be playing a lamppost and still steal a show.
True that. So, to summarize, we've got high entertainment value, questionable plot complexity, and the Frances McDormand factor. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Right. And hey, with streaming, you can always just have it on in the background while you're doing chores. Never a bad way to spend an evening.
Absolutely. Speaking of things that make you wonder, Those nameless characters. I can't let that go. It's such a fascinating detail, and I haven't heard a single convincing explanation for it yet.
You and me both. It feels too deliberate to be an oversight, you know? Like, the filmmakers are trying to tell us something, but what?
It's just, there are times when a director will use a nameless character to make a point, to
Yeah.
symbolize something.
Yeah, like in the, what was it called, that sci-fi flick where everyone's assigned numbers instead of names?
Oh, right.
Mm.
To show how dehumanizing that society had become.
Exactly. So if they're doing something similar in Wolves, what could it be?
Right. What are they trying to say? It's not like Clooney and Pitt need help standing out. It
Yeah.
could be guy one and guy two and still steal the show.
That's the thing. It's too deliberate to be an accident. Maybe it's about the nature of being a fixer, you know? Like, their identities are fluid, they take on the problems of others, so they lose a bit of themselves in the process.
Ooh, that's good. Like they become almost anonymous, defined by the messes they clean up.
Right. And remember how we were talking about those classic buddy cop movies? Maybe it's a play on that. Those characters often felt larger than life, almost like archetypes instead of fully fleshed out people.
Oh, interesting. So Clooney and Pitt, they're not just playing characters, they're representing something bigger.
Yeah, like the whole wolf thing. Are they lone wolves? Part of a pack? It makes you think.
Man, and here I was just hoping for a fun action comedy. This is getting deep.
But that's the best kind of movie, isn't it? The kind that leaves you thinking even after the credits roll. Gives us something to debate.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, to everyone listening, keep an eye out for those nameless characters. Maybe we're overthinking it, or maybe there's a whole other layer to wolves that we haven't even scratched the surface of yet. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, hit us up on social media. Tell us your theories. We're dying to know.
Absolutely. And even if you walk away thinking it was just a cool stylistic choice, hey, at least you got to see Clooney and Pitt back in action. Can't really go wrong with that, right?
Never a bad call.
All right. That's going to do it for us this time. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Until next time, happy watching.